well, we kill billions of cows, chickens, and pigs every year for the food industry. So what's the difference? What's the difference? 350,000 baby seals annually. What's the difference? It doesn't seem so bad, does it, compared to killing all those farm animals? And the answer is that there's a difference between killing indiscriminately and killing for what you need to survive, or a supposed necessary need. You see, killing baby seals for bloody welfare checks is not necessary. Killing whales is not necessary, and it's a complete bunch of bullshit if you believe it's for scientific research. Come on, if you have half a brain, nobody believes that. And that's the difference you see. Now eating meat. Now I won't force my beliefs down everybody's throat to eat meat. I'll be friends with meat eaters. I don't hate meat eaters. I don't rag on them. I don't give them shit for eating meat. None of that at all. Do I want everyone to be vegetarian? Yes, that would be ideal. I would love for that to happen. But here's the thing: am I stupid or naive enough to believe it'll happen tomorrow, next week, 6 months down the line? 10, 15 years? No, certainly not. It'll probably never happen. But what will happen in that time frame is that more people will become aware of what goes on in the modern intensive factory farms and slaughterhouses around the world, and they'll become vegetarian, vegan as a result. I concur that vegetarian and vegans are hideously outnumbered by the amount of meat eaters out there. You see, to give you an example of how eating meat can be made justifiable, here's one example. Now, an example, let's say, would be the big cats, tigers, and lions, right? They're carnivores. So they eat meat and only meat. Now, because their natural environments, habitats have been compromised, by man through hunting and poaching, etc. They've been forced into sanctuaries. Now, for example, they can't exactly hunt in these places, so the meat has to be brought in for them, so they can survive. So it for the conservation and preservation of the species. So that's a justification for killing animals for food. That's a valid justification to kill these animals for food, because they need it to survive. They absolutely need it to survive. Now, human beings are omnivores, right? Which means we can eat both animal and plant material. Now, we can clearly survive on a diet that doesn't include meat. Now, this is proven, otherwise all the vegetarian and vegans would be dying left, right, and center. Agreed? Agreed. But here's the question that people pose. They say, right, you're correct, that's true. But would we be at our optimum best or healthiest on a diet that doesn't include the animal products? And yes, you can be. I'm actually proof of this. I like to think I don't look like death on video. I'm a vegan. I like going to the gym, although I haven't been for a while. And I can tell you that if anybody told me I'd be a vegan, geez, a couple of years ago, I would have laughed. I would have died of laughter. Because I used to really enjoy it, you know what I mean? And the thing is, though, I can tell you from personal experience, it doesn't enter your moral subconscious. When you go to make that ham bacon sandwich, have your bacon eggs in the morning, it doesn't even enter your mind the processes and what these animals go through, and how they're rendered for food. You're thinking about other things. You're thinking about what you've got to do for that day. You're thinking about meeting your girlfriend, whatever. But you're not thinking about what happens to these animals. And the thing is that, you see, you can't go killing marine mammals for food, because probably the most logical reasons as to why the cows, pigs, and chickens are killed for food consumption is because A, they're land-dwelling animals, B, they're gentle and non-threatening, and C, it's been proven the products from these animals, poses no significant health risks to human beings over a long time. Rendering marine mammals for food is impractical because they form part of complex ecological environmental systems. Dolphins, sharks, whales, all those type of things, so you can't do it. And plus, it would be a very costly and time-consuming exercise to do such a thing. Now, you see, in real life, trying to get people to become vegetarian is a very difficult exercise. You know, it's not that easy. You can't walk up to someone and call them an animal murdering bastard. You can't do these things. What you have to do is you have to just try and educate people as best you can, and then hope that they'll become vegetarian as a result. You know, it's when you see the footages, you know, it's very unsettling. It's very upsetting. You know, you see the pigs and cows. It's very upsetting, and because these animals aren't held in as high regard as, you know, let's say the world's #1 animals, cats and dogs, the companion animals, see, often the abuses committed against them go without much sympathy from people, because they just simply see them as a food source. You know, but pigs, you know, are just as intelligent as dogs, if not more. So, yeah, it's you know, basically you got to, you know, basically, the essence of eating meat. You know, if you eat meat, yes, you can be an animal lover for sure. Absolutely, you can be an animal lover. Because I used to be a huge animal lover when I used to eat the meat. You know, and I didn't want to know what goes on about those places. You know, because I was afraid it would make me stop eating the meat. So it's very difficult for people to give up because they've become so accustomed to it. That's why it's so hard for people to give up. But the thing is, if I can give it up, anyone can. You certainly can be healthy on a vegetarian vegan diet for sure. You know, you have to be disciplined. You know, but you can't do it, and the human race can survive. You know, be healthy and be ultimately fulfilled without meat. You're not a wimp. You're not a pussy. You're not any of those things. You can be fit and healthy. And yeah. So anyway, you know, educate yourself. Try and find out about things that go on, and you know, give vegetarianism, veganism a try.